Alright, I said I was gonna do a little practice tool thing, and so I am. This is it. I decided to kind of make it more of into like a tips and tricks thing of a specific champion and how tie that into how you should be utilizing practice tool. And so I picked the champion that I'm very comfortable on, Ezreal. Ezreal is like one of my go-to ADs, one of my favorite champs in the game. Last season, across both accounts, I had a 70% win rate on him in over 60 games. This season, it's not too hot. He's a little bit weaker, and I have been playing more mid than AD. And like season before, I also had 2 seasons ago, I had a 70% win rate on him on my main as well. He's a champion that like, I'm really comfortable on, and I really feel like I know him very in depth. That being said, I actually hopped in here to prep what I wanted to go over, and I actually learned something new about him. So I guess I don't know everything, but alright, so you can't fully stack a tier, which sucks because my damage, but damage isn't really that big of a thing here. This is a pretty typical Ezreal build. The only 2 things is that this might be an Iceborne Gauntlet if you want to kite out the other team. This could be the other Last Whisper item, Immortal Reminder, the one that cuts health, heal, dip ton of heal. And then this could be Hex Drinker, Soma. I used to run 10% CDR in the rune page, but I don't anymore. Because if you get Maw, it's 40, and so you don't want to go over the cap. A little bit more MR and attack speed's good. So Ezreal, going over his abilities real quick. So we have his core ability, his Q. Ezreal is very hard to play because of how auto attack reliant he is and how important landing his Q skill shot is. This is not a champion that I recommend you guys pick up and first time unless you're very, very good at the game. Very, very good isn't like Diamond 5 or higher. I just call it Diamond 5 very good. That's pretty generous. I guess it's 2 in the morning. That being said, his Q is very hard to hit. There are a lot of subtle mechanics to Ezreal. His Q is imperative to hit because it reduces all of his other cooldowns by a second and a half. And so it's really important that you're landing Qs in order to be effective, because if you miss a Q, then you kind of like go through a period of time in a team fight where you aren't as strong. Anyway, the other thing I said, he's very auto attack reliant. I'll go over that in a sec. Oh man, not again. Get this guy out of here. Going over Ezreal. Okay, what do I want to go over? Oh yeah, one other thing. Ezreal really benefits from stacks. Because you should be taking Fervor on Ezreal since he can stack it very quick because his Q counts as a stack. But he also has an attack speed stack. His attack speed stack gives him increased attack speed, which scales with his level. And the stack goes off whenever you hit someone with an ability. 2 important things to note is that his W, it just hit 2 abilities. It applies twice. His W also applies on allies. So if I hit myself with it, it keeps it up. And it's really important because, and also his R can hit multiple people. Whoops. I had the other dummy further up for the record earlier. And so it's really important, there, I had 5 stacks, and it almost ran out. And so, if that's the case, and it almost, so right here, I have 5 stacks, oh no, it's almost about to run out, I need to, make sure you hit a minion to refresh it. Or if you want to auto-refresh it, if there's nothing around you, you can WE. And then you actually get the W increased attack speed too. Which generously leads me into going to his second ability's W. Ezreal's W is a wave. One valuable thing about this wave is that it does magic damage. So if people are super heavy armor and have a low MR, this can actually do some damage, I guess. But also it passes through minion waves. And so, his Q gets stopped here, doesn't do damage to that guy. His W does not. W does damage to both. Also, the W increases allies' attack speed. So if you have a Corki, or you need to auto-refresh this in team fights, it's actually very valuable to cast it on allies. I almost never cast a W on an enemy, and I rarely skill it up in lane. I only skill it up in lane if the other AD is one that can sit in the creep wave and doesn't have a lot of range. It's like a Tristana. Going on to Ezreal's E. Ezreal's E is his dash, and you hit the closest target to you with a bolt. His E is actually very valuable for level 1s, or level 2 all-ins. It does a lot of damage early. And when going after a carry, let's say this is a tank and a carry, you're kiting back from the tank, it might actually be worth it to ease the closest target. So Like, keep that in mind when you're all-inning people. Speaking of all-ins, Ezreal's ideal all-in is you start with your ult, because that usually gets you the most stacks, because if it hits other things, like let's say I ult from here, it might hit a creep wave over there. And also, let's just say this guy's coming in to face check me like an idiot. I'm going to ult, auto Q, auto E, auto Q, and like, you know, kind of continue that. Notice how I'm weaving autos in between all my abilities, okay? A Q, that's how much DPS it does to that guy. Auto Q, look at that difference. Alright? Auto Q auto. Does that. Q auto. One other thing. So Ezreal, when it comes to canceling his animations, he does have animations on all 4 of his abilities. And so, real quick, I'm going to auto-refresh so I get my ult back. There we go. And so you can cancel them. Okay, so see this blue bar here that shows up when I cast an ability? Oh, poopy. I did not mean to do that. Every ability in the game that has that blue bar, that is an animation. Are you kidding me? Is he not going to go away? Oh my god. What a fail. Sick fail on the video, Cubby. I'm not going to show off a lot of Ezreal mechanics here. Sick Elder buff, dude. Ooh, that burned a 15. What was it? Oh yeah, canceling abilities. So his Q, auto refresh cooldowns for this. So his Q can be canceled by flash. His Q is an animation, and if you Q, so I have my cursor on top of this guy, which is actually bad, but this is just for, you know, purposes. When I flash this way, it goes to wherever your mouse target is. So if I have my Q here and I flash, see that? That's pretty valuable because actually, like in a team fight, it's pretty common if I'm kiting back, I'll throw my Q like this at the correct angle instead of putting my mouse all the way back here, so I can just kite back faster. That's actually like legit champion mechanics. His W is the slowest animation, and so I'm gonna use something as an example here. This is very important for all champions, and like if you want to get better at the game, if you play, especially if you play melee champs, ranged as well, anyone with a lot of attack speed, please like listen very closely. I'm even gonna pause my music just for this, okay? Notice how the stuff goes away here because I set up my stream and it's pretty cool. I have updates now. Anyway, so okay here. Okay. So there, all I did is I cast an attack command on this W, and I threw a W out after a couple autos, okay? To be more specific, I'm going to wait for those fervor stacks to go away, and I'm going to just auto W, and then he's going to auto again. I'm not going to input anything else, so watch this. There's the DPS on that, all right? Oh my god, the burn throws it off. All right, so that's what it is at the end, all right? Now, ready for, watch this. Wait for the burn to go away. This is going to be significantly higher. It's not. This is rigged. I'm just gonna demonstrate this one when Alder goes away. Oh, it's such a buzzkill. Why did I attack that thing? Anyway. Okay. The thing that I learned on Ezreal that I didn't know before this is that you can actually flash in the middle of your ult. See that? You can flash any time in the middle of your ult. I didn't know this. That's pretty cool. This is actually like pretty valuable here. So like right here, it's real valuable. You can bait out a skill shot. This is actually gonna be sick. You can do cool stuff like that. Ooh, Elder's gone. Okay, back to my point. Mute the music again. All right, watch this. That was not a clean one. That was not a clean W. Okay, I even had stacks running. I'm gonna wait. I had stacks for that. I'm gonna wait for my stacks to wear off just to prove my point. Alright. See that? I even had stacks for this that boost his attack speed and his AD with fervor. I did not for this, and look at how much higher that DPS is. Here's the secret, okay? After you cast any ability and you're gonna auto attack again, you have to input that you want to auto. So like when I auto Q, I'm just spamming auto again until I see it come out. Whoops, that was not clean. See that? So there. So like if you want to practice Ezreal, honestly, like go face 1 dummy and auto Q, auto W, auto E, auto R, auto. I'm gonna do that. Whoops, I lost my attack speed from earlier. Like, whoops. Like doing that, throwing in autos like in between is so much better than. Dude, I can't even like do this. This is gonna make me feel so bad. Like that might increase your like DPS, like immediately, but like as a whole. Actually, no, that DPS was significantly higher. Like, look at how much higher that DPS is. So like auto E, like that's like just abilities. I can't even do this right, man. It's pretty rare that like you actually like have to throw off like that entire combo like that fast. Oh man, dude, my wrist's starting to bug me already. This is bad. Yeah. Okay, one thing to also notice is that your E does have a range, and how far you can E, and then also how far the range of that E is. So you might like want to test it out here. So, yeah. Another really valuable thing to do in and all in is if you want to stay back at range, is you don't E right into them, okay? Like, you don't want to E right into them. You want to E around the range, right? So, like, around the range of the E. So, like, see how that keeps you at, like, auto attack range? You don't want to E in his face. Like, that just puts you in a crappy spot. Like, use that, right? And, like, use your E, like, in trades. Like, you can use it to do damage instead of just escaping. Also, you can cancel your E with, or your W with flash. One other thing, when you're escaping, always E and then flash, okay? Because when you E and then flash, you actually apply damage, and see, your E does have a cast time, okay? Yeah, see that? Your E has a cast time, and so you're canceling the cast time by flashing. Like, these are the things like you want to look for on champions. You want to look for how to cancel like animations. So if I auto EQ, I throw out my Q while the E is finishing up its animation. Like, say like how I'm casting an auto right after. Also, you have to input another auto command after an E just to like have an attack. I'm gonna put the music back on. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna turn off the auto refresh cooldowns. All right, let's see if I can actually do a full spell rotation. One other thing to like practice is like this. It's like while I'm doing this, I'm gonna throw a couple Qs in them. W yourself. Whoops. I'm not a pro, boys. Also, like, notice how I'm moving in between every single attack. And like a couple like these errors that I'm making, sometimes it's tricky because like Ezreal does have changing attack speeds. It's a little bit tricky to get used to. That's why like one of the reasons I think he's like pretty high skill cap AD. He also has like a lot of abilities to weave in. I also haven't played Ezreal in a while. Should probably play him more. Like honestly, like just go into practice mode and like do this. Like make sure you aren't canceling autos. Like I'm doing this pretty poorly, and like I'm a pretty solid Ezreal player. And I'm like Diamond 2. Like these are the things that like Double Diff does that are like perfect. Like that rotation I did very clean. Like even like doing this, you know, like I'm getting better. Like going through this. Try some different stuff out. So like sometimes it's okay to stack your Q and E. Notice though, like how like before I E though, I throw an auto out. It's like always, like just make sure like you just keep on casting autos. And like if you're like a silver or like a bronze player, honestly, like if you aren't that strong at the game, just practice doing this. Walk back and forth. And it's like another important thing, like in my settings. So notice like how I'm Eing my or attack moving like myself, like closest to me. I have it set up so that like I have almost like a smart casted attack move. Some people set this up as a left click. I have this set up so it attacks the closest thing to me. that's aggroing me. So if a minion camp isn't aggroing me, I won't attack it. But like if there's a ward behind me that's like right here, it will attack that. If that was an enemy ward. Like that's one thing to look out for. And so like, but I just have it set up like that. So like if I were to misclick and like I were to click like, up here, I don't attack. Alright, I'm attacking the closest thing to that cursor, and so like the closest thing to me. But like also make sure that like you're using the attack move, because if you right click here, then you just walk into the enemy team, and that's super bad. Like that's the difference between like gold 5 and gold 1. Anyway, that's about all I have on Ezreal. He's super fun. He's a caster. Really important that oh my god. Really important that like you get used to these like spell rotations. Ooh. Oh yeah, I got my tier. Woo. So like, I don't know, like when you go in a practice tool, find out what you can cancel with flash and your other abilities, and like honestly, like find that out and like just like practice spell rotations. Oh my god. Like I'm really doing poorly right now. And so like just like work on like getting this as clean as possible. So I don't know. That's all I have for the practice tool for today. If you guys want me to go over another champ, I will. I'll put it in like the Facebook thread, or you can just comment. If you like the video, leave me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, leave me a comment as to why, and a thumbs down. So anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And yeah, that's Ezreal.